pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Broadalbin-Perth High School class of 2020. Tonight is a night to celebrate. It's a night to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates over their 13-plus years in the Broadalbin-Perth school community. We are living in uncertain times, and although this is not our norm, we have now found a new norm, and you are the group that has led the way. Yes, we'd love to be sitting on Patriot Field with our traditional graduation ceremony and the beautiful backdrop of the Adirondacks. But we're not, and that shouldn't diminish what we are celebrating this evening. We are celebrating the accomplishments of an outstanding group of students and individuals. I want to take a couple minutes before we head into our program to highlight some of the accomplishments of this outstanding class. Those of you sitting in front of us have compiled, in your 4 years at Broadalbin-Perth High School, 1,609 college credits. 83 of you challenged yourselves to take a college course while in high school. 30% of you are graduating with a 90 or above grade point average. And 44 of you took that extra initiative and challenged themselves in an AP course. At least one. We have 33 of you that graduated from the Career and Tech program at HFM BOCES, following your interests and setting yourself up for success after high school. 2 of you joined the New Visions program for studying at Nathan Latour. Especially in this day and age, I can't think of a more valuable skills to have coming out of high school than what you've achieved in that New Visions program. We have 2 of you that went to the Tech Smart program, where you are really thinking outside of the box of what education is. And 2 of you have decided to take the early plunge into college and have become full-time early admit students at FMCC. Whatever path you've taken, you all have something to be very proud of, and that is that you have made it. You've made it. You're sitting here tonight, taking that next step into the next chapter of your life. So, stepping outside of the classroom, there's a number of you that have challenged themselves in varieties of ways to better yourselves and to better the Broadalbin-Perth community. 2 groups that I would like to recognize are our Kid Win Challenge and our Odyssey of the Mind members. 2 members of those teams competed at the highest level in national and world competitions, all being done outside of the classroom, all being done in a tremendous way to represent Broadalbin-Perth High School. Many of you joined one of our 30 extracurricular clubs, whether it's the Fishing Club, Esports Club, or the Alliance Club. You all took that initiative to be a part of something greater than yourself, to be a part of a group that works towards something and works together within the Broadalbin-Perth community. Our drama members, the drama productions that you've put on, Mamma Mia, Bring It On, Aladdin, and hopefully, coming this summer, Seussical the Musical. For our athletes who have played 1, 2, and in some cases 3 sports, and excelled at each of those 3. The teams that have gone on to win sectional championships, regional championships, and represent Broadalbin-Perth at the state level. The individuals in track and field that have gone on to do the same. I hope you look back and are very proud of your accomplishments, but are able to look back and look at the team you were a part of, the lessons you learned during your athletic endeavors. Those are what make your lifelong memories. Our artists, whose work has been selected at various regional shows, including the Paul Niagara Center, Fulton County Art Show, the SPAC Young Artist Exhibition, Horsing Around with the Arts, Doodle for Google, and numerous other shows. Our musicians, whose concerts each year filled our auditorium, whether it was the holiday concert, the pop concerts, or the spring concerts. Our dozens of members of the National Honor Society that have found the way to balance your studies, your extracurriculars, and your personal life in a way in which you could be a part of such a prestigious national organization. and also for those of you that have worked through high school. Many of you have gone ahead and have found that balance that is just so hard to find of work, schoolwork, and play. And you've done it beautifully. And tonight is your night for each and every one of you to celebrate those accomplishments inside the classroom and outside of the classroom. And my hope is this: I don't want to be the person that's going to sit here and tell you that high school are the best years of your life. My challenge to you is for you to use all of the skills that you developed and all of the knowledge that you've gained in Broadalbin-Perth High School to make the years that lie ahead the best of your life. I wish you all nothing but the best. I'm extremely proud of you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
One was one of the first words spoken to each of us here today. It began with smiling faces as mothers and fathers counted our fingers and toes in the delivery room. It continued with grandparents teaching us to count on their experienced and weathered hands. It grew with the Count from Sesame Street pointing out bats in his cape, and its meaning was expanded with elementary teachers pointing and saying, "You are number one in my book." Numbers. Numbers are everywhere we look and in everything we hear. Dates, signs, conversations, songs, text messages, and data. As a senior, each of us is one of 145. And as high school graduates, we are the class of 2020. As a human, you are one of 7.5 billion living on the earth today. Today, I stand before you as one of those 7.5 billion humans who is living through a pandemic more far-reaching and connecting than any before. This is global. In each of the 195 countries in the world, we have witnessed rapid change to everyday life. We are witnessing vast economical challenges, dramatic food reserve and supply chain depletions, and unemployment and loss of business to a breadth never seen before by modern man. The statistics are as voluminous as they are harrowing. We are the class of 2020. We are the ones on the precipice of living in this routinized and predictable world behind the pandemic, who have the courage to bound forward with our aptitude and flair. I challenge you to be amazed by the rapidity of pharmacological advancements, enthralled by extensive technological achievements, propelled by individual creativity, and most importantly, thrust into the fanfare of volunteerism. In our own community, we have been astonished by individual acts of humanity and ingenuity. The robotics team researched and created medical face shields from a dining room table. The teacher sewing bee stitched hundreds of medical face masks for anyone in need. And others organized lending personal campers to assist medical staff with their social distancing. I implore you to be the one to be courageous enough to use your talents and creativity for the betterment of others. The one who dives deeply into your intellect and produces ideas and prototypes for mass production. The one who cares so deeply for others that your work ethic for volunteering is unwavering in the face of fatigue. Now, whether your world is Broadalbin, New York, or the global community, be the face of the class of 2020. I am pleading with you to not let the class of 2020 go down in history as the kids who didn't get the age-honored graduation or who didn't get to walk across the stage. Make your own stage. Make your own platform. Be the ones to make a mark on this world, regardless of the magnitude of your impact. Inoculate yourselves with these words. The world needs us. The world needs everyone.
Hello everyone. I know this is very strange. I certainly wasn't expecting to record this speech at my kitchen table talking to just my parents. Regardless, we've adapted, and thank you to the administration for making this event so wonderful and special. I'm so honored to be able to give this speech at our graduation. I know that I'm giving this because I'm number 2 in the class, but if I said that my grades were the only thing that made me successful in school, I'd be lying. I'm not saying that academics aren't important. Education is what helps us build a perspective for the world around us. However, we've all had different high school experiences, so we all have different perspectives. I am personally grateful for my time on track and field, drama, and the Gay Street Alliance Club. Although the most valuable experience of my life was joining cross country. I had been running for 2 years on the track team before joining, but I had never really taken it seriously. I really enjoyed it, but I was just lacking the motivation. In an attempt to push myself to get better at running, I joined cross country, where I was forced to start putting in everything I had, as it's a very demanding sport and it's led by a relentless but really inspiring coach. But through this experience, I learned something immensely valuable. You can accomplish anything with hard work and motivation. Now, I know this has been said a million times by parents, teachers, adults, but I think the addition of motivation is what makes this advice more personal. We as human beings each have wonderful and unique talents and passions. It's tempting to give up on them because of fear of not being good enough. But my team has taught me that with hard work, you can become successful at what you love. The message seems simple, but acting upon it is far more difficult. While this seems daunting, we need to remember that we are not alone. There will always be people that we encounter telling us that we're not good enough. However, we can either choose to listen to them, or we can push ourselves to remain focused on our goals and be the best we can be. The lesson here is that we have to find the bravery within ourselves to step out of our comfort zone and find new interests and passions. One of mine was, shockingly, running. If you're doing what you truly enjoy and working hard at it, you can find success. You'll also find your Megan and Coach Richards, your Avery, Maria, and Emily's, your Miss Vincent, your Kaylee, Cassie, Jackson, Sydney, Lexi, all of the Nellis's, Emma, Lauren, Erica. I could keep going on and on and on, but I only have 3 minutes. In the end, I'd rather regret an experience than never having tried at all. To my fellow class of 2020 graduates, so many of you have made an impact in my life. I find myself thinking back to all the people I was friends with over the years. We're all here together celebrating this accomplishment of graduating, but before we embark on our next chapter, I want to make sure I acknowledge everyone because every interaction has been truly meaningful to me. The original plan was to put notes under everybody's seats, but I wasn't really expecting to have graduation at a drive-in, and I'm definitely not putting a note under a police car. The next best thing I could think of was emailing everyone a memory I have of them from some point in the past. There are a lot of you though, so I'm sorry if it takes me a little while. I hope you all enjoy reminiscing as much as I have while putting these together. Finally, thank you to all the people that have helped me in my life. All my friends, my family, coaches, teachers, I'll miss all of you. Good luck, class of 2020.
Good evening. I would like to first congratulate each and every member of the Broadalbin-Perth class of 2020. What you have accomplished the past 12 years is truly sensational, and you all deserve the recognition you are receiving today. In addition, I would like to send a heartfelt thank you to all the families, friends, and faculty that have stuck with us through our adventurous journey. None of us would be in the position we are today without all of you. I would also like to send a special thank you to my parents, Mr. Musili and Mrs. DiNatale, for providing me with overwhelming support throughout my schooling. As I mentioned, these past 12 years have been quite a ride. We have lived through national tragedies, multiple pandemics, and turning points in our nation's history. When you incorporate these shared experiences with personal problems faced, such as losing loved ones, not getting into the college we dreamed of, or having issues at home, we have all experienced hardships that shook us to our core and challenged us at all levels. Through these hardships in my life, I have learned countless lessons that will help me throughout the entirety of my life. However, amongst them, one particular lesson continually comes to the forefront of my mind. Everyone will experience hardships that will challenge your character, mental toughness, and emotions, but it is essential to persevere through these obstacles to discover your niche in life. It is inevitable that problems will arise in our lives. These problems may be financial struggles, health concerns, family issues, or the loss of loved ones. However, the problems we face are not the key determinants of who we are as people. The ways in which we work through those issues to find our purposes in life is how we will be viewed and remembered. A quote that I found that exemplifies this idea is from the late Green Bay Packers coach Vince Lombardi. His short but powerful quote states, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up." In life, we are all knocked down. We all suffer unique challenges that cause us a great amount of pain and suffering. However, not all of us will work through these challenges and get up. So, the real question is, when life hits you hard and you feel lost and hopeless, will you get up? I can guarantee all of you have the skills and strength to work through any issue presented to you. You can all turn the "will you get up" into "I will get up." To conclude, I would like to wish each and every one of you nothing but success in life. You all have the tools to do great things, and it is up to you to decide what you will accomplish in life. Thank you all.
Good evening. I am Steve Sizdak, the president of the Broadalbin-Perth Board of Education. You know, I always thought I had the looks, the wit, and the charm to be up on the big screen. Here I am. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to say congratulations and to say thank you for being part of this unique graduation ceremony. To the BP administration, faculty, and staff, you did an amazing job preparing these kids for the future when they were in grades K through 11. But this last school year, you had to get out of your comfort zones. You had to go above and beyond to get these students ready for this day. Thank you for all that you have done for them. To the parents, family, and friends of these great kids, you have been with them all the way. Your support and guidance makes them who they are today. Great work. Thank you. Seniors, you did it. You made it to your graduation day. High school is challenging enough, but on top of all of that, you had to stay focused through a historic pandemic. Looking back, we all knew that you were destined for great things, and you've proved us right. I guess hindsight is, after all, 2020. I know that you're disappointed that your senior year and this ceremony didn't turn out like you had planned, but look at it this way. You've got an interesting story to tell, and you were part of history. You've persevered, and we are here to celebrate you all tonight. I know that you all want to get to the main part of this ceremony, so here are the two things I want you to remember. First, high school shouldn't be the high point of your lives. This is just the beginning, and whatever it is that you do from here on out, you will begin to do on your own. Yes, your parents, family, and friends will still be there to help you, but you will need to emerge from the cocoon that has protected you up to this point. I know that may sound scary. Frankly, it is a little scary, but it's also exciting and an opportunity to forge your own path. Don't let high school be the point that defines your life. Continue to push yourself forward, drive yourself to learn, and continue to grow as a person. Even if your high school experience wasn't quite what you had hoped for, you can still build upon the successes you've had up to this point and use them as springboards to achieve success in the future. Trust me on that last point. I was not a great student in high school. However, I didn't let my lack of success in high school define me. I knew that I could achieve more. Regardless of your current situation, strive to do more and to be more. As the saying goes, better is a never-ending quest. Second, I ask that you always be kind. You have no idea what the power of kindness can achieve. Kindness can put a smile on someone's face, make a bad situation better, or even save a life. Showing kindness does not cost you anything, and it can pay huge dividends. Remember, there will be times when you need kindness, and hopefully by showing kindness to others, it will be returned to you. One more thing about kindness. There's a famous quote that says, "Please do not mistake my kindness for weakness." Don't let anyone tell you that if you are kind, you are weak. I believe that kindness is the ultimate display of inner strength. Only a person who has inner strength and confidence is willing to put themselves out there for someone else. So please, show how strong you are and be kind. So BP class of 2020, the class with perfect vision, the class who will graduate under circumstances that will be written about for hundreds and maybe thousands of years after this day, go out and forge your path. Do not let the person you are today be the same person you are tomorrow, and believe in the strength of kindness. Congratulations to you all.
The top 10 for the Broadalbin-Perth High School class of 2020 was separated by 3.5 points. An amazing accomplishment from all, both inside and outside of the classroom. Beginning the list at number 10 is Megan Eulinger, followed by Emily McFarlane, Eric Verderano, Madison Ferriello, Sydney Rogers, Avery Fenton, and Matthew Sizdek. Our top 3, who you heard from earlier with their speeches, begin with Matthew Denise. At BP, Matthew has been a well-rounded student who credits faculty and staff for their caring and support. Matthew served as student government president and member of the Rocket Club and National Honor Society. He was captain of the golf team, where he was a 2-time Most Outstanding Player, recipient of the Sean Craig Award, and a 5-time sectional qualifier. On BP's bowling team, he won the Foothills League Tournament Highest Game Award. In his community, Matthew has volunteered at St. Joseph Church, Franklin Community Center, James A. Brennan Memorial Humane Society, and the Capital Region Food Bank. He advises younger BP students, do not be afraid to try new clubs and activities. Always reach out to teachers and administrators because they are here to help you. Our top 2 students in the class of 2020 were separated by less than 0.1 points. Our number 2 is Antonio Zavola, an accomplished student with many interests. Antonio encourages his peers at Broadalbin-Perth High School to expand their horizons. At BP, he served as president of the National Honor Society and member of the Drama Club, Alliance Club, and Key Club. He was also a member of the cross-country and track and field teams. In the community, Antonio volunteered with the Lions Club and worked part-time at Subway. What advice would Antonio offer to younger students about school? Get involved in everything you can. It really helped expand your social circle. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. You'll be surprised what clubs, sports, and activities you end up loving. Don't take everything so seriously. Work hard and make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. And the number 1 in the class of 2020, Miles Company. Miles served as junior varsity and varsity team captain of Masterminds, team mentor of the Future Cities competition, and member of the Science Research Club and First Lego League. And yet he was also co-president of the Esports Club, took part in the Scripps National Spelling Bee, and participated in the BPHS Music Improv Group, Jazz Ensemble, and Concert Band. Miles' community-based activities include Boy Scouts, where he is also an Eagle Scout, the Mohawk Valley Chamber Ensemble, Gloversville Civic Band, and volunteer at the Galway Public Library and Amsterdam Rotary Club. At St. Stephen's Church, he has been active as an altar server, lector, and member of the fundraising committee and bulletin designer. When asked what advice he would offer younger students, Miles said, "Be courageous. Don't be afraid to step outside the boundaries of your school and community. Your journey is yours to plan, follow, and achieve as you choose over time. But welcome the unexpected and unknown as they happen." Congratulations to our Broadalbin-Perth High School Class of 2020 Top 10.
Well, here I am, all by myself speaking to an empty auditorium. It feels weird. As Jack and Sydney have said, sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope to find it along the way. Strangely enough, I feel the same way about this year's message to the Broadalbin-Perth class of 2020. Lexi congratulates all of you on getting through the easiest part of your life. As the words of my message resonate with you, or shall I say your words, feel free to give a sign if your senior quote found its way into my farewell message. I'll start out with my own quote from the Grateful Dead. What a long, strange trip it's been. But as Matt says, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why they call it the present. I sure do hope that you find peace and joy in this moment. Raina says it best by believing that the thing about new beginnings is that they require something to end. As I pondered this message, it became clear to me that during this unprecedented time in history, the message should be about mindset. The mindset needed to tackle the ups and downs, the good and bad, the pain and fear, and love and the loss of life. In fact, according to Carol Dweck, the author of the book Mindset, The Psychology of Success, you should love challenges, be intrigued by mistakes, enjoy effort, and keep learning. Isn't that the essence of a life worth living? Stewart sees it a bit differently, though. He says, only fools learn from his mistakes. The wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Either way, my advice for you is to see today's troubles as a challenge, an opportunity to make the world a better place for you and for me. I know, it seemed just like yesterday you were walking the halls of the high school with not a care in the world. Emily recognizes that it really is amazing how your life can change in just one day. But as you face life's challenges, consider the mistakes that will be made along the way. Mistakes made by all. But before you criticize someone, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, you'll be a mile from them, and you'll have their shoes. According to Kayla, that is. Because adversity brings out the best and worst of us, GRETTA reminds us all to remember to let our hearts and hands be stretched out in compassion towards others, for everyone is walking his or her own difficult path. And Amira stresses that just because someone carries it well, it doesn't mean it isn't heavy. When the going gets tough, Julia says, the main thing to remember on this journey is to be nice to everyone and to always smile. With the right mindset, you won't have pity for yourself. You won't have pity for the raw deal that you got at the end of your senior year. Instead, you'll go forth with a laser focus that nothing can stop you from accomplishing your goals. But be careful. You see, you are all given the right to be angry and to make excuses for it. But Dante says, stop making excuses and start making things happen. I happen to think that the best mindset and attitude to have during tough times is to not just get by being mediocre. Avery says it best. Her mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do so with passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And Bailey says, you can't just sit there and wait for life to come to you. You have to go get it. Have no fear. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail, says Madison. In fact, Dominique defines success as the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. So in closing, I leave you with a bit of advice in the words spoken by many of you. Madison reminds us all that your life is your story, and the adventure ahead is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. And Selena says, just be yourself. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are. Kira says, no matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, your gender identity, just speak for yourself. Find your voice by speaking for yourself. And always stand up for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone, says Madison. Sadly, Jackson reminds you all that you're going to do the most human thing of all. Attempt something so futile with a ton of unearned confidence and fail spectacularly. So, according to Morgan, you may not end up where you thought you were going, but you will always end up where you were meant to be. And finally, Ashley encourages you to remember the times gone by and to remember how you all held your heads high. May the rest of your lives be the best of your lives. Congratulations to all of you.
Hello, I'm Matthew Sizdak, co-president of the class of 2020. I'm speaking on behalf of my co-president Matthew Denise and myself. First, I'd like to congratulate all the other graduates this year on their amazing accomplishments. Also, I would like to thank all my teachers, educators, friends, and family who helped me get here. I know I wouldn't be where I am today or who I am today if it weren't for all the help you all gave to me. And finally, thank you to my classmates for entrusting me to help lead this great class for 4 years. It was an honor. For all of us, graduation is just a stepping stone in a life full of amazing adventures and experiences. I am extremely proud of my peers, as graduating is no small feat. By graduating, we have opened more doors than we could ever imagine. Whether these doors lead to going into the military, the workforce, or higher education, by graduating, we have opened our lives to a plethora of paths to take. If I could pass along one point of wisdom to my peers, soon-to-be graduates, as well as juniors, sophomores, and freshmen who may be watching, it would be don't be afraid to fail. My biggest regret is not taking more risks and doing more of the fun things offered in high school. I missed out on so many cool trips to places like New York City and other fun opportunities because I was too worried to miss class and fall behind. So never miss an opportunity because you are thinking of what could go wrong. Seize the opportunity and dream about what could go right. After all, some of the world's greatest successes come from taking risks. Finally, I want to remind everyone that after high school, the world is yours. The paths that lie ahead of this stepping stone may seem dark and uncertain, and at times it may seem even daunting. However, you should believe in yourself and your abilities. Stay motivated and keep working. Things may go wrong or not according to your plan, but keep going and never quit. If you meet an obstacle, don't let it stop you. Adjust for it and keep going, because if you never stop trying, you will never fail. But in the end, don't forget to enjoy the moment, because it will never happen again. Arnold Schwarzenegger said it perfectly. Don't be afraid to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. So let's jump off this stepping stone, class of 2020. Thank you.
And now the Broadalbin-Perth High School graduating class of 2020. Christopher M. Bailey. Christopher is receiving the Marjorie Van Buren Award. Caitlin A. Bartasini. Caitlin received the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Brett A. Barker. Jaden T. Barkovich. Rose Elizabeth Barnhart. Rose is receiving the Jamil Khan Memorial Scholarship and the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award. GRETTA Adeline Bartow. GRETTA is receiving the Broadalbin Knights of Columbus number 7629 Most Improved Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, the James Madison University Madison Award for Excellence Scholarship, Seton Hall University Scholarship, the King's College Leadership Scholarship, the King's College Presidential Scholarship, and the St. Michael's College Book Award. Destiny Ann Beagle. Abigail May Bellandi. Abigail is receiving the Doris Dyer Memorial Scholarship and the Broadalbin-Perth Unit of CSEA number 6909 Scholarship. Kaylee Marie Blyle. Kaylee is receiving the BP Odyssey J. Ephraim Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, the Roger Williams University Presidential Scholarship, the St. John Fisher Founder Scholarship, Emmanuel College Academic Achievement Scholarship, Fish House Community Center Scholarship, and the Arcadia University Distinguished Scholarship. Cedric Mason Boheim. Macy Jordan Bolart. Macy is receiving the Capital District Basketball Scholar Athlete Award and the Broadalbin-Perth Retired Teachers Association Award. Isabel Josephine Boltash. Stuart Davis Bond. Stuart is receiving the Walter Gavrilik Memorial Award, the Hales Mills Country Club Scholarship, and the Theo M. Podolick Award. Annie Marie Bauk. Ashley Lynn Brown. Ashley is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Perseverance Award. Alexandra Marguerite Burns. Emily Genevieve Bush. Emily is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, the Miss America Scholarship, the Big Sun Scholarship, the Sportsmanship Through Compassion Scholarship, and Women in the Military Scholarship. Christiana Rose Bice. Ashton Tyler Kane. Dante Francesco Calderon. Dante is receiving the Bob Munn Leadership Award, the John Duell Memorial Award, the Capital District Basketball Scholar Athlete Award, and the Dan Krzyzewski Scholarship. Ashley Marie Calhoun. Ashley is receiving the Joan Foglia Scholarship. Tashana Dawn Canizaro. Sarah Gabriella Carlson. Sarah is receiving the Fulton County Music Educators Association Vocal Award. Amira Shaylin Carcino. Cassandra Lena Casella. Cassandra is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, the Trustee Scholarship, and the Promise New York Scholarship. Victoria J. Castellano. Dominique Elizabeth Castelluccio. Dominique is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award. Gabrielle N. Christensen. Gabrielle is receiving the Walter Kowalczyk Memorial Scholarship and the Kenneth and Phyllis Canary Family Foundation Scholarship. Carly Robin Clifford. Carly is receiving the Margaret R. Blower Scholarship and the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Emily Rose Klauser. Miles Ryan Company. Miles received the Broadalbin Knights of Columbus No. 7629 Science Award, the Fulton County Music Educators Association Instrumental Award, the Lions Club Scholarship Award, the Marcy Kearns Memorial Valedictorian Award, the Jack Steenberg Memorial Scholarship, the Mayfield Central Presbyterian Church Niles Scholarship, the Clarkson University Ignite Presidential Fellowship, Clarkson University Honors Scholarship, National Honor Society Scholarship, the SEFCU Roma Intangible Lidge No. 215 Smart Sense Scholarship, St. Stephen's Church Rosary Society Rosemary Bordak Bell Scholarship, the Burger King Scholars Award, the New York Credit Union Association Scholarship, the Future City Competition Alumnus of the Year Scholarship, and the Broadalbin-Perth Teachers Association Scholarship. Kira L. Kuhn. Kira is receiving the Junior Leader Award. Anthony C. Covey. Anthony is receiving the Robert John McFeely Memorial Award. Christiana Grace Cowan. Matthew Ferdinand Denise. Matthew is receiving the Broadalbin Knights of Columbus No. 7629 Math Award, the Hales Mills Country Club Scholarship, the Sean Craig Memorial Scholarship, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, and the Florida State University Out-of-State Tuition Scholarship. Anthony Guido Darpino. Aiden Ronald DeYoung. Kyle Matthew Denman. Kyle is receiving the Jamil Khan Memorial Scholarship and the Embry-Riddle Presidential Scholarship. Devin William Eckberg. Devin is receiving the Fiber Conversion Scholarship. Nathan M. Eglin. Aubrey Lynn Erickson. Madison Haley Ferriello. Madison is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award, the Amy Patrone Donahue Scholarship, the James Daniel Kelly Memorial Scholarship, the RIT Computing Medal Scholarship, the Lemoyne College Presidential Scholarship, the Hofstra University Presidential Scholarship, Fairfield University Madras Scholarship, Syracuse University Award of Recognition, and the Broadalbin PTO Scholarship. Emily Louise Fadulo. Emily is receiving the Presidential Scholarship and the Franciscan Scholarship. Avery Christine Fenton. Avery is receiving the Bob Munn Leadership Award, the William Hollenbeck Scholarship, the Amy Patrone Donahue Scholarship, the BP Odyssey J. Ephraim Award, the American Red Cross Award, the University of Rochester Xerox Award, the DAR Scholarship, the Fish House Community Center Scholarship, and the Broadalbin-Perth Teachers Association Scholarship. Madison Paige Ferguson. Jenna Ellen Finch. Christopher John Fisher Jr. Christopher is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Madison Ray Fisher. Eliana Ann Frazier. Eliana is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Albany Multicultural High School Achievers Award. Raina Lynn Frazier. Raina is receiving the Richard A. Jones Scholarship. Alexandria Diane Gregory. Alexandria is receiving the Gerald A. Crispin Memorial Prize and the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Cassidy Sabrina Gregory. Zane Stephen Gromiko. Aileen Shea Halloran. Aileen is receiving the Two Towers Award for Excellence in Arts and Science. Benjamin Edward Hammonds. Kyle David Henry. Aiden J. Holes. Isabella Marie Ippolito. Zidane Odell Jackson. Connor W. Kennedy. Bailey Klingbill. Michael J. Colzer Jr. Timothy John Lias. Haley J. Lazier. Corinne Ashley Leonard. Jonathan S. Lindquist. Hayden R. Lindsay. Hayden is receiving the Broadalbin Kennieto Ladies Fire Auxiliary Award. Haley Marie Litz. Haley is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Warren W. Blowers Memorial Award. Destiny R. Lyons. Emily Morgan McFarland. Emily is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award, the Great Sacandaga Lake Association Scholarship, the Semper Fidelis Excellence in Band, the George Eastman Young Leaders Award, the Pride of New York Scholarship, and the Women in Science and Engineering Scholarship. Mackenzie Sierra Makarowski. Mackenzie is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award. Alex Maltsev. John Peter Marsden. John is receiving the R.J. Hoy Insurance Award, the Edward Marsill Scholarship, the William Monks Memorial Scholarship, the BP Communications Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, the Plymouth State University Aspire Scholarship, the Siena College St. Clair and St. Francis Scholarship, Springfield Presidential Scholarship, the Western New England University Dean Scholarship, the Broadalbin-Perth PTO Scholarship, and the Broadalbin-Perth Teachers Association Scholarship. Kobe Earl Mason. Kobe is receiving the SAD Award. Haley Elizabeth McDougall. Haley is receiving the Broadalbin Senior Citizens Award and the FMCC College Foundation Scholarship. Maria Antonia Miola. Maria is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, the Sage Student Scholar Award, and the Broadalbin-Perth Teachers Association Scholarship. Hunter Charles Monks. Hunter is receiving the William Monks Memorial Scholarship. Juan Daniel Munoz. Nola Delaney Murray. Nicholas Thomas Musillo. Benjamin James Nellis. Benjamin is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Broadalbin-Perth Unit of CSEA number 6909 Scholarship. Patrick James Nellis. Patrick is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Broadalbin-Perth Unit of CSEA number 6909 Scholarship. Sarah Elizabeth Newhart. Sarah is receiving the Fiber Conversion Scholarship and the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Nolan Shea Nesnick. Brianna Marie Albright. Brianna is receiving the Gloversville Johnstown Kiwanis Club Award. Matthew C. Oliver. David Barry Opalka. David Michael Opalka. Sydney Ann Osterhout. Sydney is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award. Caitlin Jessica Palmatier. Caitlin is receiving the J.B. Chamberlain Memorial Scholarship. Nico Antonio Perez. Justin Perhealth. Jordan Thomas Perna. Jordan is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award. Tyler M. Peruzzi. Daniel Paul Priamo. Daniel is receiving the Richard Foglia Scholarship and the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award. Raymond A. Price. Antonia Patrice Provenzano. Selena Marie Ritchie. Peter G. Rivera. Ivan Arthur Roberts. Ivan is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Unit of CSEA number 6909 Scholarship. Jackson Christopher Rogers. Jackson is receiving the Arian Award for Chorus, the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, and the Broadalbin PTO Scholarship. Sydney Alexa Rogers. Sydney is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Antonella Casella Memorial Scholarship. Michaela Ann Rosario. Michelle Catherine Rossi. Michelle is receiving the Elizabeth Stanton Award, the Sage Student Scholar, the Oneonta Promise Scholarship, and the Opportunity Award. Morgan Ashley Rossi. Morgan is receiving the Walter Gavrilik Memorial Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, the King Memorial Scholarship, and the University of Mississippi Red and Blue Scholarship. Vincent Anthony Sala. Ethan Frederick Salvione. Bryneth Janissa Jean Scholl. Noah M. Schwartz. Jeffrey D. Shlomovich. Jeffrey is receiving the Marjorie Van Buren Award. Jonathan D. Simmons. Jonathan is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award and the Utica College Achievement Award. Abigail L. Skane. Micah K. Smith. Micah is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award and the Siena College Presidential Scholarship. Kara Eileen Soul. Stella Marlene Suzanne Spilkin. Stella is receiving the Books and Beyond Award. Amity G. Stockwell. Logan M. Sweeney. Logan is receiving the Hales Mills Country Club Scholarship. Matthew Stephen Sizdak. Matthew is receiving the Arian Award for Band, the John Duell Memorial Award, the William Warren Scholarship, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, the Clarkson Leadership Award, the Area All-State Clarinetist, and the Broadalbin-Perth Teachers Association Scholarship. Brandon Frederick Traver. Brandon is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award, the UAlbany 1844 Scholarship, and the UAlbany Greatness Scholarship. Courtney L. Trombley. Nathan Jeffrey Trojan. Chelsea Ann Tucker. Maya Angela Tyler. Megan Lynn Eulinger. Megan is receiving the Broadalbin-Perth Academic Excellence Award, the Antonella Casella Memorial Scholarship, and the Thomas F. Holland Memorial Scholarship. Samuel Paul Van Oskis. Samuel is receiving the SUNY Polytechnic Dean Scholarship and the Clarkson University Scholarship. Layla Love Van Wart. Eric Michael Verderano. Eric is receiving the University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award and the Helping Hands Award. Christopher M. Waldbillig. Michael Waldvogel. Tiffany Alexis Waldvogel. Austin J. Wallace. Lauren Walters. Kayla M. Warner. Isaac Robert Washik. Logan Thomas Wasink. Kaylee Jordan Weaver. Kaylee is receiving the Cobleskill Honors Scholarship. Cassandra Elizabeth Winnie. Julia Catherine Zajakowski. Julia is receiving the Broadalbin-Kenneto Historical Society Miss Kitty Husted Award, the William Hollenbeck Scholarship, the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, the Broadalbin-Perth Booster Club Award, and the Western New England University Dean Scholarship. Antonio Salvatore Zavola. Antonio is receiving the Broadalbin Knights of Columbus number 7629 English Award, the John M. Paris English Award, the William Monks Memorial Scholarship, the Margaret R. Blauer Scholarship, the Joseph and Barbara Furman Scholarship, the Broadalbin-Perth Drama Award, Justice Brandeis Scholarship, and the SUNY Stony Brook Presidential Scholarship. Ryan Zapiri. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broadalbin-Perth High School graduating class of 2020. Congratulations on your tremendous accomplishment of graduating high school. I wish you all nothing but the best in the future. You are now officially graduates. Congratulations and good luck.